What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another goddamn Big G video. This time I'm going to give you guys my choice, yes, my choice of the top 5 early game champions and the 3 items for each champion that will go really well. Now, you don't have to add these 3 items to any of the champions. These champions can just be thrown into the mix and cause some damage for the enemy team or some trouble. Now, I know you guys, if you guys don't like it, if you guys think there's another champion that I may have missed or overlooked and didn't think that he has some type of inner potential that I could have brought out in this video, please let me know down in the description below what you guys thought a champion could have been in the top 5 and what items you would have thrown on that champion in early game situations. Now, I'm going to show you guys, this is mainly just for beginner stuff. I'm going to explain what each champion does and my top 3 items for each champion that you could throw in for late game domination. Now, without further ado, guys, if you guys do enjoy this video, make sure to give it a goddamn thumbs up, comment down below what you guys think of the video, and goddamn subscribe. Thank you guys so much. Let's get on with the goddamn video. So, my top number 1 is goddamn Braum. Since patch 9.5, Braum has been so incredible with the new armor update. So, as you guys probably know, there was the Guardian buff, which used to buff your own allied team by 50 armor if surrounded by any of the Guardians. Now, since the new patch, Braum automatically gets that buff without even needing Guardian buff. So what does that mean? Braum now has 75 armor. So he went from 25 armor to 75 armor early game, which is a massive boost. Now, Braum is going to be, if you throw him into the mix, he's probably now the tankiest early game champion in the whole of TFT. Now, if you get a Braum and you just want an extra person to be a meat shield, Braum is your man. With the unbreakable shield that he has as his ult, he is pretty much unstoppable and will take a long time to take down early game. So guys, if you want someone to be tanky and be a mid shield, throw him into the mix. My top 3 items for Braum would be Warmogs, Thornmails, and Dragon's Claw. You want Braum to be super tanky. He doesn't do any damage really. His ult isn't exactly any damage deal at all. He pops a giant shield that prevents anything from coming through it and also reduces the amount of damage taken towards himself. Now, this is a really, really good champion to have in your front line. Plus, he also gives Glacier buff later on. If that's something you want to go down, he can also stun the enemy team and make them into a frozen sculpture. Now, moving on to my second top 2 champions, Cannon. Now, we all know Cannon has been, he got debuffed, he got nerfed in this patch 9.15. But Cannon is still one of the best champions in TFT to date. Now, Cannon's ult is the Maelstrom. As you guys know, a giant sphere goes around Cannon and causes a giant electrical storm that damages anyone on the inside of that storm. Now, Cannon can deal a lot of damage with this ult, and early game, it may not do that much damage because it did get debuffed really badly at level 1 and 2 stage. But if you can get a level, like, still level 2 does some serious damage, and level 3, well, you're causing some serious havoc. Now, my top 3 items with Cannon would be Morellonomicon is probably the most essential item you could probably get with Cannon. Morellonomicon is a burning damage, 25% of enemies' health, and they cannot heal. So this stops all healing. And as you guys know, anyone inside that circle will take all this damage from Morellonomicon, which is insane if Cannon could pull off an ult on the entire enemy team. So that is going to be a serious item you're going to need for Cannon. You've also got Deathcap and Hextech Gunblade. For any damage being dealt, he will heal for 25% of damage. So that is insane. So if you get Morellonomicon and Hextech Gunblade, you're doing some serious damage and some serious healing at the same time. Moving on to my number 3, and of course, Pyke. Now, you guys all know Pyke is that ninja that just loves to jump into the back line and zoom all through back and forth and just cause a lot of stuns and a lot of CC. Pyke is probably my most favorite champion. If I was to say, out of all champs in TFT at the moment, just anyone you can just throw into any comp, Pyke is your man. Pyke is a really good CC. His ult is Phantom Undertow, and what it does is he jumps into enemy backline, shoots through once his ult is completely full, and stuns anyone in his path. Now, this is a really, really good ult. Now, this is probably one of the best CC ults in the game. And if not the best CC, followed by Sejuani. I think Sejuani has the best one in my opinion. His ult, the whole entire enemy team is nutty. But Pyke is a 2-star champion, is a two gold champion, not 2-star, 2 gold champion. So he's very easy to get early on. You're most likely to find Pyke around level 3 and 4, and you can make him into a level 2 pretty easy around that stage. Now, the best items I think to throw into Pyke would be Spirit Shojins, because let's be honest, you want Pyke to ult as much as he possibly can. So Spirit Shojins will allow him to ult once his ult is gone off the first time, 15% faster, and he'll just jump around the enemy backline, causing a lot of trouble. You can use Seros Embrace. That'll allow him to ult super fast and almost instantly, I believe, with Seros Embrace. He'll ult as soon as the game kicks off, he'll just ult straight away, which looks really weird. If you've ever seen an ult from Pyke straight away, he just jumps and there's like a wave behind him, and it looks kind of weird. But if you can deal a lot of stuns straight off the bat, hell of a lot worth it. But I'll also throw in Morellonomicon. I think Pyke is really good at stunning the enemy team. If you throw a Shojins and a Morellonomicon onto Pyke, it will also apply Morellonomicon to anyone he stuns. So if your Pyke can pull off the best stun, you most likely will be able to apply Morellonomicon to the entire team, which is a really big thing for damage and reducing the health of your enemy team. And it'll also stop them from healing, as I mentioned before. So Pyke is your man if you want backline CC and just someone who can just be really versatile in the backline with stuns. Awesome, he's a good champion to have, and most likely you'll have him late game as well if you're able to maintain that comp. He's an insane, same champion for most comps out there at the moment, and especially in high tier games. Okay, coming in 4th spot is our girl Ashe. Now we know Ashe as the Archer CC champion. Now she is broken at the moment with 4 ranges. That's late game stuff, but if you get an Ashe early game, throwing Ashe into the mix allows a lot of CC and a lot of damage. Now Ashe is a 3 gold champion. Her favorite items that I think, in my opinion, would be Spirit Shojins, Gunblade, and, sorry, not Gunblade, Rage Blade, and Rapid Fire Cannon. Now, the reason being for these 3 items, because you want Ashe to ult as much as she possibly can. If you throw an extra ranger into the mix, let's say you get a Vayne early game and you have an Ashe, you want to like throw them together so Ashe gets the buff from rangers and able to use her ult a hell of a lot more. Now, not only does Ashe do a lot of good damage just from basic attacks, but her ult is probably one of the longest stuns in the game. Her ult can, I think level 3 is like 5 or 6 seconds long. It's quite insane. And she just is an all-around good champion to have, and if you add a Shojins to her, she can almost ult instantly after 3 attacks, which is quite insane. Late game, if you add 2 Shojins, but I don't want to go into like double stacking items onto a champ. I'm going to give you guys the best 3. So I think honestly guys, Rage Blade for attack speed, so she attacks faster, a Shojins, so she ults faster, and Rapid Fire Cannon, so you can pop her in the far corner, and she's still dealing damage and shooting off those stuns from a far distance and in a safe place. And that's what you kind of want from a ranger. You want someone to deal CC, damage, and just straight out can do it from anywhere on the field, which is really, really cool to have. So Ashe is, you know, in my opinion, in my top 5. Now, coming in at 5th place is another Archer or Ranger, is Varus. Varus has a really, really cool ult called the Piercing Arrow. Now, as you guys know, Varus is probably probably the second most likely Ranger champ you're going to get. He has a 2 gold champion to get, and the same thing again, you want Shojins on him, you want Rage Blade on him, and you want a Rapid Fire Cannon because you want range. But it's different to an Ashe's ult. Now, Piercing Arrow isn't a CC or a stun. Now, Piercing Arrow is actually an insane damage dealer that actually shoots an arrow through the entire enemy team, but in a straight line. Now, it doesn't just stick to one person. This arrow will go through anyone in the path of this arrow, and it can deal a lot of damage. So even adding a death cap to this or anyone like that to do extra damage will make his ult really, really good. Now, I know you guys are probably thinking, why wouldn't you add Death Cap or why wouldn't you add Static Shiv to Ashe? Like, a lot of these are good Ranger items, but if you're going to have Varus on his own, you probably want either a Rage Blade, a Rapid Fire Cannon, or a Spear of Shojins, just because you want that ult to go off a lot. I'm not talking about late game when you guys have got 5 Rangers and you guys have got like 4 Static Shivs and a bunch of Shojins and you guys are just popping off Static Shivs and freezing everyone on the spot. I know that's late game stuff, but I'm going to explain to you guys what early game stuff is. Either a Shojins, a Rage Blade, or a Rapid Fire Cannon will really go well with Varus. Anyway guys, that is my top 5 early game champions. If you guys have any other early game champions that you guys think I overlooked or didn't look into, please let me know down in the comment down below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and goddamn subscribe. Take care of yourself, guys. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Much love. Big G out.